Hi, friend. I'm glad you're listening to this podcast, which is entitled GNT Podcast Moving Locations. This is to let you know that I have moved the GNT Bible podcasts to a new location. That's the ones for the Good News Bible, GNT. The way to subscribe to the GNT podcast series has changed. This has been done primarily to help the many folks who listen via the Apple Podcast app or iTunes. This will make it so that listeners to the GNT podcasts won't have unlistened to NLT podcasts cluttering their display. If you're listening to the NLT series, do nothing. If you listen on the Apple Podcast app, soon you won't have the GNT podcasts cluttering your display. If you listen to the NLT series, just continue on as you have before. If you are a listener to the GNT Bible series, the new website address just adds GNT to the name. That new GNT website is now dailygntbiblereading.info. I'll do it again, dailygntbiblereading.info. If you happen to be listening to this podcast on an Apple device and you listen to the GNT series, then you can go to the episode notes and click the link to the new website address, and there at the top information bar there's a series of icons, and one of them is the one that will help you subscribe to the new series. Then that new series will appear in your Apple Podcast app. There's also another link in the episode notes that will take you to the iTunes or podcast app subscription page. This change also means that I'm discontinuing the dedicated DBRP podcast apps for both Android and Apple. Not many of you out there are using them, and they cost me something every month, so I hope you will understand, and I have a suggestion of a better app for you. On the other hand, those apps may continue to work for a while. I don't know. So, for both the Android users who were using the DBRP app, or for any of you many people who have become dissatisfied with the new broken Apple Podcast app, I have the same recommendation for you. I recommend the app called Podbean. Here are some of its great features. Podbean works on both Apple and Android. It shows nicely formatted episode notes. It's easy to follow or subscribe to either the Daily GNT or the Daily NLT Bible Reading Podcasts. Just search by the podcast name. There are good controls within Podbean for listening speed, silence reduction, and even optimizing the volume. You can easily choose episodes to pre-download. I wish the Apple Podcast app was this intelligent. The app includes almost no advertising. The only advertising I see is for the Pro version, which is 99 cents a month, and I won't be registering it. You only see that advertising in the settings and probably when requesting certain kinds of content. The downside of Podbean, and this is fairly significant, is that the list of episodes only goes back for the most recent 200 episodes. There are 365 days in a year. So if someone wants to start listening today, starting at episode number 1, they won't find it because this year, in our daily release cycle, we're up to 240-something. People wanting to start from day 1 should probably use the website or take a look at the new and revised answer file that's found at the top of either of our websites. And now I have some new information about Alexa. I figured out my problem with getting Alexa to play the Daily Bible Reading podcasts on an Amazon Kindle Fire tablet. The Alexa skill is listed at the top of our website, and the invocation phrase is Daily Bible Reading. For the Kindle Fire tablet, that won't work out of the box. First, start the Alexa app with the on-screen icon. Then find the Skills section of the app and manually type in the name of the skill, Daily Bible Reading. Then and only then will you be able to say, Alexa, tell Daily Bible Reading to play the newest episode. Otherwise, Alexa keeps wanting to play an audible Bible recording, which is most annoying. Other skills are listed right on that page in the skill section when you finally get that skill registered. And those different skills will enable you to tell Alexa to go back a number of seconds or a number of minutes, or to go forward, or to skip to a certain episode number. The Alexa skill only works for the older Daily Bible Reading series of podcasts, and that site still contains the GNT episodes, so you can listen to them there if you ask for them by name. However, soon I will register a new Alexa skill for the GNT podcast, and when that gets accepted, it will be listed at the top of the GNT website. If you have any questions, I have recently revised the DBRP answer file that is linked at the top of both of our websites. You can easily find it if you go to dailybiblereading.info or dailygntbiblereading.info. I'll be leaving for Indonesia on the 11th of September and be away from home until November 1st. I'll give another update about that soon, I think, Lord willing. If you're curious about what's happening to me on my trip, be sure to check out the Digging Deeper Facebook group, where I'll try to share a picture or two. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Again, you GNT listeners, the address to go to is dailygntbiblereading.info. And for all of you, may the Lord bless you real good.